paper, and the best part is having lots of fun with art a la carte.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Art a la Carte. In today's episode on Drawing People 101, I am going to talk about the basic differences between drawing a female body structure as opposed to drawing a male body structure. Now, in previous videos, I have already gone over how to build the human body using a basic stick figure. So here, I'm drawing just an average stick figure using my basic shapes and lines to indicate the head, arms, torso, hips, and legs. And now this one could be either a guy or a girl, and it comes to now putting in some details and looking at some differences to help determine whether you're drawing a guy or girl. Now again, this is just a generalization. People come in all different types, body types, sizes, shapes, and all that. So this is just a rule of thumb, and then with that, then you can improvise and ad-lib and change things however you want to fit your character. So let's first look at a female character and decide what is a good distinguishing body. And let's start off with the torso. So when you have the rib cage, I'm going to emphasize that with a circle that kind of comes up at the very bottom. That gives the nice shape of the rib cage. And after you get the rib cage drawn, you're going to want to come in for the waist. Now the thing that really helps determine a woman's female figure is actually as it comes down the waist, it comes back out for the hips. And you kind of look at the female hip bone, that females have a wider hip bone than males. The second thing is looking at the thighs of the female, which are very shapely usually, and so they have a nice curve to them, the inner part of the thigh and the outer part of the thigh. As it comes down to the knee, it's going to narrow out and be a little bit more delicate and more dainty, and then comes out to the calves, where the calves have a little fullness but not too much, and then coming down to the ankles, which again you tend to draw a little bit more on the thinner side, more delicate side. Now this is not true for everybody, because I know I have really big calves. Another thing is the female neck is usually a little bit thinner, so it will come in a little bit from the head. So you'll see the head part, the head circle there, and you'll see how it comes in for the neck and then down through the shoulders. And again, the arms and all that are going to be a little bit thinner, just a little bit of emphasis on the actual muscle. So here we go, basic female figure shape. So let's see how this compares to the male shape. We're going to start same place with the chest, but for the chest for the guy, I'm going to give him a larger chest circle. Now, people think, oh, guys don't have waist, only girls have waist. Not true. It does come down in from the chest area, but it does not come out for the hips as much. So usually as it comes in, it's going to come just very slightly out for the hips, but not much. And if you look at the hip bone of a male skeleton, you're going to see that their hips are much more narrow. They also have some really good thigh muscles, but you'll draw them a little bit more angular and not as curvy. They don't really come in as much at the knee, and then as they come down for the calf, you're going to put in a lot more muscle. Again, let me just remind you, this is just generalization if you're looking at, you know, kind of a fit body, and I'll show you a little bit how that kind of changes as we get more realistic with how many of us look. But the ankles and the wrists and things like that are not going to be as dainty and tiny as you would draw on your female character, so I'm not going to bring them in as much. Now let's look at the neck. As you're drawing the neck is going to usually be a lot thicker. So usually when I draw my guys' necks, I don't put a lot of indentation from where the head circle is to the neck. So you'll see that line comes just almost straight down. Then you have a really good muscle that goes over the back of the shoulders. I don't know my muscle names. And then you have your really good shoulder muscles, and then your arm muscles and all that. And again, just like with the ankles, it's not going to get really thick at the elbows or at the wrist, all this. You're going to kind of make it kind of a bulkier build. And so there we have kind of the basic male shape. I'm going to get more into drawing different body types, but you'll see that the same idea in your head is the same whether you're drawing a skinny woman or more my shape. You're just going to emphasize those features a little bit more. So here I'll draw a woman and I'll put a little bit more weight to her. So you'll see I'm still having a little bit of a waist, but then the hips and the thighs are more shapely. I'm just putting a little bit more weight to her. So it's really fun to take the basic skeletal shape of a person and then try to change that up a little bit. And it's something that I would really encourage you guys to practice at. Look at reference photos of different people with different body types, whether you're drawing someone super skinny, because I mean, guys can have really skinny body frames, and a lot of women I know, like myself, don't have the delicate, tiny little frames. We've got big frames. So I don't have these little tiny wrists. I've got good working wrists, and because I have such a sweet tooth, I am not as fit as I would like to be. And again, I'm going to get into the whole drawing different shaped people at, different levels of weight in another video coming up. Hopefully this helped answer a lot of questions I've been getting from you guys on drawing guy shapes versus drawing female shapes, and I encourage you to practice. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I love reading your guys' comments and replying back to as many as I possibly can, so definitely leave some comments. Also, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It really is an encouragement to me to see thumbs up and comments. I love them, love them, love them. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this video, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye!